A good life. I'm lucky. I consider myself a very fortunate person.
Children, grandchildren, an active volunteer, and a huge fan of the senior high school cross-country team.
Military career, seen the world, done things I never would ever imagine. And quite frankly, I'm older than I ever thought I'd get.
But last spring, doctors discovered a large tumor engulfing Dave Madrill's liver. But the 74-year-old retired Air Force medical first sergeant said no to treatment.
They told me that chemo would extend my life for about 6 months, but the quality of life would suffer as a result. And since I didn't have any problems with the quality of life, I said, no, I'll go the way it is.
That is, until he met Dr. Brian Christensen, an interventional radiologist who offered up yttrium-90, an experimental treatment not yet FDA approved.
It's a minimally invasive way of administering radiation therapy to a tumor, to kill the tumor.
There's a lot of math involved in this process. Timing is everything. As soon as these beads are made, the radiation starts to break down. So by the time the patient is on the table and ready, the beads are at the perfect point for treatment.
And then weave our way up with catheters or small tubes into the artery that supplies the liver, and then we put even smaller tubes called microcatheters into the specific artery that supplies the tumor.
Then tiny radioactive beads, 8 million in this case, are injected into the vessels.
We're at 0 now. Okay, 45 seconds. These beads have very strong radiation that only travels a short distance, and so it's only really treating the tumor and sparing the normal tissues around.
The ultimate goals: shrink the tumor, minimize pain and symptoms, and increase longevity of life.
You typically can add up to about 12 to 18 months beyond the time that they would have normally had without treatment.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to get an extension. If I get another cross-country year, I'm a happy camper, you know. If I get more than that, that's just gravy.
And with this treatment, patients often experience fatigue and nausea for 1 to 2 weeks, but they do not experience hair loss.